Today we are at Tamarack Library in Tamarack, Florida. My name is Reginald Lachance, and I have 50 pieces of artwork that I display in various libraries in Florida. I started to carve this 27 years ago. I went to Montreal and my brother gave me half an hour lesson. The story is, when I was little, about 5 or 6 years old, we used to have a maple syrup farm, and my father had to keep boiling the syrup, sap all during the night, and me and my 6th brother had to take turns to keep him company all night so he won't fall asleep. So he was taking a pocket knife and teach her how to carve wood spoons so we can eat that syrup. So maybe 20 years after that, I was in Montreal waiting for my wife. She was working as a nurse, and waiting for her, so I took a pocket knife and carved a few pieces. And after that, it went another 20, 30 years. After the loss of my son in 1980 in a tragic accident, I went to Montreal. My brother gave me half an hour lesson. First, I was hearing a song that if I was a sculptor, there's a song, I don't remember who was singing that. So I thought to myself, if I was a sculptor, I would be able to carve my son again in 3 dimensions and see him in 3 dimensions. So the only way to do it was to teach myself to carve him. So after 5 or 6 attempts to carve him, in 4 or 5 years, you should see the first one was just like a monkey. But through progress, I learned more and more how to make the angle. And after that, this piece here is a picture of my father. I spent 2 years on that one, just to learn how to make angle, which it was very difficult. That was in 1987, I think. After that, I got this one over here, which is a frozen time. It's me and my brother in 1940 on a maple syrup farm. And this was where I learned to carve, which I was 6, 7 years old. We used to sit down in front of that thing and keep company to my father, like I said. So it took me, I think it's after the 3rd one, as you see, I progress. It's less difficult for me to do. That's my daughter with soccer, playing soccer. And I was determined to get to that piece here, which will be in a 3 dimension. Oh, this is before. That one is before. You see the progress I'm making. Now, I spend maybe 100 hours to do, or maybe more. I had no idea how much time, because I couldn't keep track. You do that half an hour and you don't feel like it, or 5 minutes you don't feel like it, you just quit. So I did this piece here, probably, I think it took me maybe 100 hours to do that. As you see, the back of it, and them are my hands. Them are my hand. I draw that, and I call this piece Heaven Can Wait. I think I did succeed, which is pretty good. As you see the face, it was pretty good. So after that, through the years, I think I made about, I think it's 37 of them, relief plaque, and then they are pretty good. I bring them in I display them every month in various libraries in South Florida. This one, if you see, I like maple syrup sugar farm again. This is another maple syrup sugar farm with my daughter and her nephew. This is a tractor that we have in 1950. This one over here it's a picture. I don't know if we can see. It's a picture of me and my father sharpening a knife, and I did that when I was in Montreal in 1963. This one is probably that picture was taken in 1973 with my daughter when she was 15 or 16. This one I call him Baby Jim, which when my grandson is born, I'm fortunate to have a grandson. He was born in 99. I put Baby's Jim. I put all kinds of toys around him, so he was trying to get up. This one is a picture of my son in Miami, Florida. Parajango. This one is the Florida Painter. I draw that, and I draw it and carve it. I don't remember how much time I spent on. Maybe it's not that good. It was at the beginning. This one was Toys Over the 40. It's me and my brother and my niece, I think, something like that. Something like that. And my dog. This one is Wine Grill. I did that probably in 1990, 91. That's a picture of an old wash machine. I went to Canada and it was on the field. I just pick it up and took a picture. Here we have Don Shirley on his win 325 on November 1993. I did that probably in 2000, I guess. This lucite, I don't know if we can see it here. This one is, I think it was my second attempt to make a picture of my son. He had nothing to fear. Stephen, his glory. That one was in 2000 when my grandson is born. It's my daughter with her grandson and with her son in her hand and her arm. This was Christmas 2008 or 2007. It's my grandson, Brandon. I'm fortunate with, even though the tragedy I was suffer, I'm fortunate to have a grandson. Now he's 12 years old, and he plays basketball. He's 5'9". As you see him here, I carved him a couple months ago. I'm having fun go watch his game. That one picture was taken in Vermont in 1973, I think. My daughter, she was a shy little one. That was a picture of 1940-41 of me and my brother. My brother was holding me on his hand, and I draw a dog underneath over there, tried to reach me. That one was a tree. That I have trouble to say that word. The tree. Picture of my son, Stephen, his marlin. That when the marlin came out. This one is my son-in-law, and my daughter is a fireman for City of Hollywood, and she's her RN for the Memorial Hospital in Hollywood. This one was in 1973 again. Okay, there's two reasons why I'm doing that. The first was to heal myself after the loss of my son, because when I do that, I forget everything. Everything is out of my mind except concentration on carving. I don't know if that's what it is. Some people call that art. Me, I said I don't call that art. That's a healing process for mentally. There's another healing process to go through that. This one was in the 70s. My nephew was playing a pot, and they told him to get off the pot, and he didn't want to, so they put him on the stool. He started to cry. Now, the other healing process is physically. I have, through the year, I developed tinnitus, which is a inner ear problem, and all I hear is whistle. I hear whistle or all kind of funny noise. And when I do that, and when I do carving, everything, I concentrate on that so much that I don't hear that noise. So that's the only time that I cannot hear anything. This one was my grandson's first communion. So that's the story. And this one was Padre Pio. I did that in maybe 20 years ago. Now this is the story why I'm doing that. I display my artwork not because I want some recognition, if you may say that, but because for those two reasons, in memory and my son Steve. He died in a motorcycle accident, November 1980. Without that hobby, I don't know if I would be here today, because when you lose a child, your brain goes dead. You kind of died with it, and this helped me go through all those problems mentally and physically for that tinnitus. So this is for you, Steve. Anyone who like to listen to the story, well, thank you for your time, and God bless. Reginald Lachance, R_Lachance at bellsalt.net. Oh, I love this piece here.